In the Gospel of John, Jesus leaves his followers with a striking final prophecy. He promises that after his departure, a successor will arrive, a figure the original Greek text calls the Paraclete. If you open a standard English Bible today, you won't find the word Paraclete. Instead, translators replace it with passive titles like advocate, comforter, or helper. But top New Testament scholars acknowledge a glaring issue. A helper implies a vague, comforting presence. Yet Jesus gave the Paraclete a highly specific, active job description. He will speak only what he hears, he will tell what is yet to come, and he will testify about me. These traditional translations drift far from the multifunctional prophet Jesus actually described. In academic circles, this persistent mismatch is known as the Paraclete Problem. For centuries, the standard defense has been to identify the Paraclete as the Holy Spirit. Yet the text itself presents a logical hurdle. Jesus explicitly states he must go away before the Paraclete can arrive. The Holy Spirit, however, was already active and present throughout his entire ministry. Manuscript evidence points to another explanation. The word holy in the phrase Holy Spirit appears to be a later scribal addition, inserted to smooth over this exact theological friction. When we examine the oldest, unedited manuscripts, like the ancient Syriac Sinaiticus, the text simply refers to this figure as the Paraclete, or that Spirit. In the language of the New Testament, Spirit frequently refers to a human prophet. Curious tone. This forces us to ask a different question entirely. What if generations of translators have struggled with the word Paraclete because it was never meant to be a job title at all? What if it is a proper name? To test that theory, we have to bypass the English translations and look at the raw Greek compound word itself, parakletos. By splitting it apart, a forensic linguistic picture begins to emerge. The first half is the prefix para. Traditionally, it is translated as a spatial preposition, meaning alongside, which is how we arrive at the idea of a helper called to your side. But historical Hellenistic Greek literature reveals an alternative usage. Para frequently operated as a quantitative multiplier, meaning in excess over or more than. Under this specific reading, the Greek prefix moves from a spatial preposition to a quantitative amplifier of the word it modifies. Now that brings us to the second half of this ancient Greek compound word, the verbal adjective kletos. Historically, variations of this term were used as personal names right here in Asia Minor, the exact geographic region where early church traditions say the Gospel of John was authored. When we check ancient lexicons, grammarians, and early manuscripts of Homer's Iliad, the meaning of kletos is unambiguous. It translates to praised or glorious. By prioritizing these attested Hellenistic meanings, para as excess and kletos as praised, the compound forms a specific title, praised in excess or highly praised. This exact phrase maps directly to another language. In Arabic, the name Ahmad, along with its root variant Muhammad, translates identically to praised in excess. The Greek terminology in John's Gospel provides the exact semantic components found in the Arabic name of the prophet foretold in the Quran. A linguistic connection provides strong evidence, but it must be backed by actions. Let's revisit that strict, multifunctional job description Jesus outlined. Jesus said the Paraclete would speak only what he hears. Muhammad did not preach from his own desires. He dictated the verbatim words he heard via the angel Gabriel, which became the Quran. Jesus said he would tell what is yet to come. The teachings of Muhammad contain detailed, historically documented prophecies that accurately predicted future events. Jesus said the Paraclete would testify about me. Muhammad explicitly affirmed the virgin birth, the miracles, and the messiahship of Jesus to an audience in Arabia that had previously mocked those very claims. Muhammad provides a precise linguistic match for the Greek text, and he is the only historical figure who executes the exact profile established by Jesus. Even the early Christians recognized this connection. By the 9th century, Christian Arab translators were converting this exact Greek root directly into the Arabic word Mahmud, a name sharing the identical linguistic root as Muhammad. This proves the bridge between the Greek gospel and the Arabic prophet is a deeply historical linguistic reality, acknowledged by scholars of the ancient world. Stripped of centuries of passive translation, the raw Greek text identifies the name and profile of Prophet Muhammad. This specific forensic trail has remained in the Gospel of John for nearly 2,000 years.